everyone, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Grissom.
And this is Garbage Horror Out of the Can, continuing the Haunt Review series, now down to our final 2 reviews.
Yeah.
Exhale. For this first review, we are visiting the new Chamber of Horrors off Jefferson Highway in Harahan, I believe.
Yes.
It's technically considered Harahan. This haunt formerly was in Laplace. They were there for about 5, 6-ish years. Mm-hmm. And then they shut down, haunting things happened, and then they moved into the GNO area, I guess you would call that. And now we're open about 2 or 3 miles from the House of Shock.
Yeah.
Here in Harahan. Mm-hmm. So they're back. They are actually in a strip mall. They took over like an old Winn-Dixie, I think it was. And they've reopened. And disclosure before we begin the review, we did volunteer at the Chamber of Horrors back when it was Laplace. We are not affiliated directly with it now, though.
Right. But so, we do know everybody.
We do know everyone, at least some of the people. Actually, we actually found out we only knew a couple of the people.
Yeah, that are still there.
Still there. So there's been a lot of staff change out.
The owner's the big thing.
We know the owner, and we know a couple of the people inside. Yeah. So that, but then again, we could say we know the owners of a lot of haunts these days. So,
this is true.
What else? But anyways, initial impressions on it.
I think it is a great family haunt.
It's kind of weird at being positioned so close to the House of Shock. Yeah. Because there are 2 very, very different styles of haunted attractions. House of Shock is, of course, the big, fiery, explosive event haunted attraction. And this is a scaled down, much smaller, much more toned down haunted attraction. I think this one's definitely, where the House of Shock is aimed at a more adult audience, this is aimed at a more family audience.
Right.
And in fact, one of the reasons it's located where it is because of the big Halloween block party that happens nearby. Right. So that gives you an idea of what they're targeting. Don't expect the House of Shock.
Yeah.
What it is. I mean, the set design, there definitely is an element of rushed in this haunt. I think it's fair to say.
That's fair. There are parts of it that definitely feel unfinished.
Yeah. And that's I think that happens with a lot of these strip mall haunts, a lot of these haunts where they lease property for a few months because they've only got like 2.5 months to build a haunt, many times the size of what we get to monkey around with all year.
Yeah.
I mean, so I feel the pain kind of directly. So yeah. But they're like the haunt didn't have a roof over the majority of it, for example, which drives me a little bit crazy, but that stems from it not having time.
Yeah, because like we said, we do know the owner and we asked about it.
And also just I could have told you by the fact they're in a strip mall and they probably got a 4, 6, whatever month lease.
Right.
And they had to, because it's just the stuff. You have to get the fire code and the inspection. Yeah. You probably only had 1.5 to 2 months of actual build time.
Yeah.
So I sympathize, but so know what you're getting into. It is not the House of Shock. It is not the mortuary. It is a different style of haunting.
Correct.
That being said, for what it is, it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty good. There was some good use of hallways.
Yes.
There was.
Yeah, that's one of the strange things. But the most memorable parts for me were not rooms.
Yeah.
They were halls.
Yeah.
How often do you say that at a haunt?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, there was a zombie hallway, I remember.
That's the one I'm thinking of, yeah.
Which actually was, A, very well done, and B, kind of creepy.
Yeah. Because
it was a hallway that you're being attacked, it feels like.
Well, usually in these hallways, because several haunts use them, they're the slats with the holes in them. They'll have 1, maybe 2 actors at the most.
No, it felt like every actor was like, okay, there's someone in the zombie hall, let's go get them.
Everybody get here and then get back to your other positions,
It felt like everyone was there.
Yeah, it was a nice feeling.
It was a very good feeling. You felt crowded. You actually felt like you were being attacked in that room. Other rooms were more barren. Other rooms, not a lot was going on. Acting, some actors were really, really solid. Others probably could use a little more coaching. Yeah. But that's kind of the nature of a haunt attraction. I mean, but all in all, it's a haunt, like I think you said it best, it's a haunt that doesn't have heavy gore.
No.
It does not, have adult themes in it anyways. It's spooky, but not too over-the-top scary for little ones. If you've got a family with little ones and you want to do like a first haunted attraction for the kids, here you go. This is a good place to start. It's not going to be over the top and over aggressive, but it will be spooky, introduce some spooky environments, and play on the fears.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's really the crux of it. It's not. It's an interesting mid-tier haunt. It's got a $15 price tag.
Yes.
Which puts it in that 10 to 21, the 11 to 20 zone of haunts, that middle tier. It's not a charity haunt.
Right.
It's not a free haunt. It's not a home haunt.
No.
But it's not one of the ultra high-end professional haunts either.
No. So don't expect that.
Only other gripe I have is that it was a little fast feeling.
Yeah, the walkthrough was short for
and I don't know why, because I mean we mentioned this to the owner.
Yeah.
We always talk with the owners after we get done with haunts.
If they're not busy and we get the chance.
If we get the chance, we do.
Yeah.
We do this. We did it like 13th Gate. We do it everywhere we can.
Mm-hmm.
And my main thing with there was the walkthrough felt brisk, but as he pointed out, it's actually bigger.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if we were walking at a quick pace or.
I think that it's more of the layout is not confusing at all. You know exactly where to go.
A, B, B, C, D, C, D, all the way through.
The layout's very. It's a quick layout. I don't think it's a space issue.
And since you don't have a lot of in-room actors, you don't have much holding you up.
Right.
And that also
because they are still suffering from some staffing issues.
Yeah.
But.
They definitely had enough people to make it feel full, but the rooms that have scares in them, they oftentimes are not in room, or it's an animatronic in room.
Right.
And so there's not much to stop you from just going straight through the room.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing is in a lot of these rooms you're not taking zigzag paths around, you're just going through them, you're bisecting the room. So maybe that's something too that was causing it to feel a little quicker than it was.
Maybe. Quicker
than the space would have made it. But still, it is a rather fast walkthrough especially for the price. But still, like I said, you got a family and you're in the New Orleans area, this is probably your starter haunt. All right? Yep. Anything else? No. Well, on that note, everyone, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Crystal.
And this was Garbage Heart Out of the Can Haunt Review 2014, the Chamber of Horrors. Not in Laplace, now on Jefferson Highway. It moved. It moved. I got used to saying Chamber of Horrors in Laplace, okay? I nearly did it again.